What do women really want?
I don't care what they want. I only care what they respond to. See, my focus is a little bit different from your other guests. There's what women say they want, there's what women think they want, and then there's what they actually respond to. I'm not an academic, I'm not a theoretician. I'm interested in what works on the street when it's time to date and mate. And what women actually respond to is not what they say they want.
So what do they respond to?
They really respond to a guy who's a challenge, a guy who's a question mark, a guy who keeps them guessing. You see, in the beginning, the less attractive you are physically, the more you have to rely on your attitude. Average looking, even ugly guy who goes out there in the real world and tries to be a nice guy, gets his head kicked in.
So no more Mr. Nice Guy.
You can be pleasant. You see, we've got to define our terms. By nice, I mean accommodating. When you accommodate, you get what the commode gets. You get the crapola. You have to learn how to say no to a woman.
What do I have to do to get a little play?
Excuse me, what would you rate me out of 10? Oh, okay.
Good for him.
Points of the second half, but Texas Tech back ahead after they led it 18-3.
Looks like she tried to get a little handhold there at the end and it didn't work out. Pretty cringe, but also pretty damn funny. All of this is. Guys, modern women just can't be taken seriously. They are a running joke, to the point where most of their supposed virality comes from people watching them like an online P.T. Barnum circus. Am I somewhat culpable for sharing the footage myself? Sure. Does it really matter at the end of the day? No. If the Hawk to a Girl has taught us anything over the last 2 weeks, it's that all of this results in 15 to 45 minutes of fame, only for them to fumble the ball as our rotting brains hop over to the next hilarious example of why modern women are walking and talking South Park episodes. The craziest part about all of this is that, for the most part, these chicks are so blind to everything going on all around them that they seem to constantly trip into a bubble, unconsciously becoming satire. They might try and combat this theory, but the evidence is all around us.
Damn.
What do you want for Christmas?
I present to you the Midwest Potato Farm. Seems fitting since Santa is the mascot for modern secularized celebrations. She won't understand why this is funny, and her family won't either, and here's why. The feminist mirror is full of distortions. Guys, I don't know if you've been to a bunch of gyms or one honest gym, but I've been to a fair number of them around this blue marble of ours, noticing something about their mirrors. When you work out, sometimes there are those that make you look a little wider. To the uninitiated, these will make someone think, ah, shit, I'll let myself go. Better go get a membership. Then you go there to work out, staring at the widened visual of yourself, only to get into the locker room and notice something different. These reflections show a different vision. Suddenly you're thinner, sleek, and sculpted. You then think to yourself, damn, I might have only been here for a week, but now I'm seeing serious results. This, of course, is a marketing tactic. For deceptive gyms and businesses, it serves two purposes. You'll want to hold on to that membership because, deep in your mind, there will be a signal telling you that the gym made you slimmer with less effort. You might not go in as much because, like an airline, most of these places perform better when traffic is low but membership is high. For women, this mirror isn't just in the gym. It's in their pocket. They snap a pic or record, post. And not only that, but there are at least 20 chicks that will tell you you're beautiful, even though they know you're essentially Sloth from Goonies. Gorgeous. Anyway, nobody has to take my word for it if they live in the West. All you gotta do is go outside and see what modern women are wearing. Jeans with struggling metallic buttons, unfit for air travel, shirts 3 sizes too small, and a handbag. When held by this person, looking more like a wallet connected to a shoelace. It's funny as hell to us, but to them, it all makes sense, and we see it in how they behave as much as how they look.
Babe, what would you do if I win the lottery?
I'll take half and leave you.
Seriously?
Yeah.
I want $40, here's 20. Get the fuck out. Go, let's go. No, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Get out, I'm dead serious, get out. Go.
What kind of guy are you looking for?
A guy who provides.
I need an intellect.
Athletic. Consistency. A guy that will get me my entire Christmas list.
I preferably would love an obedient short king. However, I have a really bad track record with short kings. I end up dating Lord Farquaad, and not like a Bruno Mars type, you know? So the height requirement isn't a thing for me, just obedient.
I would prefer to look up, but if you're the same height, it's okay. I can look this way too.
How tall are you?
I am 5'9.5".
I think he's taller.
Wait, is he a guy 5'10" or a girl 5'10"? Those aren't the same.
Those aren't the same. Like the hinge 5'10" is different.
A 5 guy 10 is like a strong suggestion, like you're in the ballpark. A girl 5'10" is 5'10" to the inch.
How tall do you guys think I am?
5'4".
5'4". Okay, ladies, you can turn around in 3, 2, 1.
Ho, 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 happy holidays. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Ironically, they admit men are the prize, but the entitlement is strong. It's hard to determine what's worse, modern female presentation or modern female perception. And that is probably because the two are, and always have been, inseparable. On the surface, feminists will always say that their desires are non-superficial and immaterial. And yet, when they're given even the hypothetical option, their demands range from greedy to downright insane. I mean, come on. One of those chicks just said she'd, quote, settle for obedient. And she was serious. You saw her face. The only time this android blinked was when the hens started clucking over her statement. Moreover, the way these women dress, both the women wanting to take half the lottery money and the horde of Christmas club hoppers, really speaks to how distorted their view of men really is. At the core of it, men have been pretty clear about what they want: loyalty, respect, and subservience. Sure, I make jokes about the big ones, but I've met hundreds of guys who see footage of a large traditional woman or witness it in real life that only look on with admiration. This tells me, and everyone else here, contrary to popular feminist belief, wearing a revealing dress, a push-up corset, or whatever else does very little for the masculine mind if you struggle to make hamburger helper without a YouTube tutorial. But the message has yet to be received.
Don't take this personal.
Fat!
So funny, so fresh. We're dying over this peak comedy. I've alluded to this in past videos, but I'll say it directly because it fits what we're aiming at here. Men are so disinterested. Women now pretend to be desirable online. At this point, with all of the research and real-life examples, I'm convinced that women in the modern landscape see one clip of a deranged homeless dude catcalling in the middle of traffic and think this is what working men do in their spare time. I'm revealing my age a bit here, but I've spent about 3 decades on this planet. That's not a long time necessarily, but it's long enough to travel the world and see how people behave in the real world. I've worked with YouTubers, magazines, politicians, fishermen, museums, restaurants, homeless shelters. I even spent time working at a damn carnival. In that time, I've seen men approach a woman or catcall a total of, drumroll please, a total of 7 times. Remove bars or cocktails from that equation, and that number goes down to 1. And that dude had a learning disability. Kinda gives him a pass. Now, according to the internet, this means I've been living under a rock. But the fact of the matter is, men just are not biting anymore. And they never have at a scale women believe is possible. This is a huge part of why women can't be taken seriously, and why this is just funny. They'll get a smile or glance from a cashier, most likely nervous because of the color of their hair, and think all of the men on the planet have a crush on them. Ladies, nobody is laughing because it's relatable. They're laughing because you're a product of cultural decline.
What are you doing? Your phone's on the TV! You had the wrong charger in!
No! What do you mean?
Fucking God! Good call!
I know it's probably not what you want to hear.
So you're having a baby. You're planning on keeping it?
Yeah.
Oh my. Natasha, you stupid little girl.
Dad, I'm not a little
You. Oh
I'm
my
coming here
God.
as an adult to tell you I want you to try and be supportive.
You don't appreciate me speaking to her. Jordan?
Yeah?
In about 2 seconds' time, I'm going to tell you to get out of my house.
Dad, I've come here as well.
Ever tell me how I can speak to my daughter or not.
Dad, we're trying
when
to...
your daughter comes to you in a few years' time, if you have a daughter, if this circus goes ahead, if she comes to you in a few years' time, whilst living at your house, to tell you that a boyfriend that she's been seeing for 2 months, who hasn't got a job, are going to have a baby under your roof, then I will tell you you're entitled to talk to your daughter however you damn please.
Dad, I'm trying to tell you.
Putting the ethical part of these procedures aside, let's focus on the real message. Even the fathers don't want anything to do with this, and to an extent, it's not their fault. While the stats show that dads are more effective parents, that's like shielding yourself from lava using a wooden spatula at this point. I don't think it's funny for the father, and I don't think it's funny that this is happening to society. But I do think it's funny how the daughter is trying to rationalize this to her father like she chose to go to a school 10 miles further than the original choice. How can any of this be taken seriously? These chicks will look interviewers and family dead in the face, expecting this false certainty to make a difference. The problem with this logic is that every man with 2 brain cells in his head can tell you how the story will end. And why? Because we're so familiar with the patterns. It's a cliche for a reason, and the performances don't end at the dinner table.
You know what I find really fucking comical? Me and all my liberal friends want to be traditional housewives. Well, not all of us, but most of us. But the problem is we don't like Republican men because they don't have the same sense of justice and morality that we do, because we care for every human being. And the liberal men don't believe in exploiting themselves for labor, so like we have to have an equal household. Because the only ones that bust their ass and make enough money to support a stay-at-home mom, wife, whatever, are the Republican men, because they will exploit the shit out of themselves for money. Then they're miserable and burn out and take it out on everyone around them and refuse to take meds. So it's like, I'd rather be alone.
If you're the man in my life, it's my honor to treat you like a king. I want you to feel like the man. So if you want to be around, like, you're going to want to go all the way.
I appreciate that sermon, but you still didn't tell me what's the difference between me being a boyfriend and a husband. What do I get more by marrying you versus me being a boyfriend? Correct.
You get all of me. I'm kind of reserved with a boyfriend. Like, I'm only going to go so far. Don't get me wrong. I'm going to move a certain way.
You mean all of you? What do you mean?
Meaning all my effort.
Nothing. Don't take that goddamn long to say nothing. Goddamn right, it's nothing. There's no incentive for a man to marry a woman. It don't take 10 minutes, goddammit. Shit. At the end of the day, it's gonna be the same cat. It's gonna be the same mouth. It's gonna be the same woman. The fact of the matter is that goddammit, now she has a contractually obligated to be with me. And she is incentivized to leave my black ass. So she gets half of everything. So fellas, just understand that we married for love. A lot of women married for come on. It's nothing. Because I can tell a person in less than 5 seconds what kind of value I'm gonna bring to their life. It won't take me 5 minutes. All good, Queen. I appreciate your answer.
Take it from podcasts. Even when women talk amongst each other, it's pure satire. For some people, when they talk about feminism and the modern women within the network, they try to map out a conspiracy. That really doesn't work. In fact, that is about as logical as putting lobsters without water into the Oval Office and wondering what happened to Western leadership, believing the lobsters started collaborating to bring down the US. If anything, this is just the result of incompetence. Humans being stupid. Don't get me wrong, women are largely to blame for most of the issues of Western life, but that's not because they are the artifacts of some master plan to bring down the system from within. It's because their behavior is reactionary, and they have no idea what they're doing, like a baby driving a semi-truck. And how do we know this? Well, we just have to sit back and listen to them talk. Nothing that they chose to share has an objective. There's no substance at all. I'm throwing out analogies like hotcakes today, but it's like training a monkey with one leg to ride a tricycle. Sure, maybe the monkey can twist and contort to perform at 3% efficiency, but let's be honest with ourselves. That does a disservice to all those involved.
So I deleted Tinder and I went to a coffee shop and sat there for an hour, and guess what happened? Nothing. I'll try again tomorrow.
Good luck.
We're for the streets. Of course we get ran through more than a stop sign.
We're for the streets. Of course we avoid the cops the way we avoid Plan Bs.
We're for the streets. Of course the school bus reminds me of all the kids I've swallowed.
Girl, are you serious?
Yeah, listen.
I need to get one thing straight because this is possibly the worst thing to come out of the running joke, and that's, well, they're trying to make a joke out of it, but the joke solely lies with them. I don't know where all of you come from or where you currently live, but when I grew up, there were some kids that took advice from their moms, and it often came in the form of just laugh with them and turn it around and you'll be fine. Without fail, any kid that chose this avenue, instead of just learning to stick up for themselves, got absolutely steamrolled. They'd be reduced to tears because everyone knew where that tactic came from, and more importantly, everyone saw through it. Shame and accountability don't go away by making a joke out of yourself, especially when the joke makes perfect sense. More than ever before, these OnlyFans girls and club chicks are trying a new method, roasting themselves before someone judges them. But ladies, this isn't war. This isn't a scorched earth policy. Men are just laughing at you because you think any of this actually works. You've run this gambit for so long, most won't even give you the participation trophy of pity. For you, it's all downhill. You wouldn't be doing any of this if you didn't. Somewhere deep down, understand that to be true.
In it. No, it's in it. I ran out of boxes, I promise. It's in there. That's the last. It's inside of there, I promise.
Oh, okay.
Look in there. Yeah. Yeah.
What is this?
DNA test report. Yeah. 0% paternity probability. Yeah. Yeah. Our son? Nah, yeah, that's not me. This right here say my son ain't my son. And you ain't even got nothing to explain because this explained it already. Yeah, matter of fact, no, it's not. Go to the next page. I'm going to show you how much I'm joking. I'm going to show you divorce settlement agreement. Divorce settlement. I already pre-made it up. Divorce agreement. It's up.
What is
you know what that means. That means we over with. We over with. Get out my house. Get out my...
Well, ladies, happy holidays. And if you made it to the end of this video, I want to say I appreciate you. So don't forget to hit that like button, drop a comment to have a chance to win, and hit that sub button for daily videos. And if you could take a quick sec to subscribe to the second channel, Man Guide Reacts, link is down below in the description so we can be sure our message will keep on reaching the new men out there. I appreciate all the support, y'all, and I want to wish you all tremendous success.